guys, I'm Ankita Kochar from Design Circle. We are in our next segment of Design College Tour. Do you want to know where we are today? We are at IIAD. IIAD is located in Okhla industrial area. Students can go and do their sourcing nearby because they have Nehru Place, they have Govindpuri. Are you excited to check out the campus with me? Dean is sitting here. Let's have a word with her. Hello ma'am, how are you?
I'm good. And tell me, how do I answer you today?
Yeah, I have one question. What is the design philosophy of IIAD?
We need to make a difference in the design education. So the design education, how should it be, which is for 21st century students, and how the students over the years have changed, evolved. They're not the same what students were about 10 years back. So the first endeavor that we decided to have in IID, which was different, is there are no classrooms. You must have seen our studio spaces, which are huge and everybody works together. There are no separate classrooms. So the whole function of our ideology is very student-centric, multidisciplinary and learner-centric philosophy. Third part which is important is we are running 3 disciplines here. That's fashion design, communication design and interior architecture and design. Though there are 3 very different disciplines, but what is common between the 3 disciplines are a design word. So this design, how we break it into a system which gets embedded into each and every discipline by itself. That means we have a common structured program which all the departments borrow from each other. So there is a lot of interdisciplinary items which are put together. Lot of modules are shared across the 3 disciplines, and how they represent their views or discipline specific component, it's up to them. Yeah. So these are very, very important components of this institute, and that's why we are very privileged to start this new institute with full faith that the people, the students, when they mature and they go out of this institute as a professional, they would make a lot of difference in the industry.
I'm sure.
Thank you. I mean, this is the philosophy that we deal with, and we are happy to deal with it.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
You guys are back. We should go and see the fashion department. Oh, I see. Typography. I think this is the communication department. Oh, we have reached to the Mac Lab. This is absolutely my favorite place. Let's see what students are doing. I certainly have no clue what this area is all about. This space is so huge. We should definitely go and ask somebody. So we are here with a bunch of students of IIAD. Let's just talk and know their experience.
This is my 3rd year in IIAD and I'm a fashion design student. And I've always seen IIAD through every perspective and seen it as a very different institute from other colleges. And I have friends from different colleges, so I've always kind of like, in a way, it's a human tendency to compare with what you have and with what others have. The grass is always green on the other side. So I've never felt like my grass has ever been yellow, because IIAD is it's a wholesome experience. I have great friends, and apart from just studying an academic area, we try to excel in like a holistic way. So whether it is field research, and whether even if I'm a fashion student, that does not mean that I will not be interested in what communication students are doing. And my best friends are all communication students. So that is very special.
Also, since we are from different parts of India, it's really good to share their culture, their experiences, and then build them upon our projects, or not just projects.
I think one of the most important things about IID, and one thing that actually makes us different than everything else out there, is the fact that there's a constant try to make education better. So there's always, every time a module ends, the teacher is going to come back to us and ask feedbacks about the teachers. They're going to take feedback about how things can be made better. So there's always a exchange of feedbacks, which kind of is helpful from both perspectives. Like the teachers can improve and the students can improve as well. We have the right to actually ask teachers what we want. We have the right to change things if we like, and that's one of the best things about this college.
I think it's very important for design college. It's very important.
We learn by practicing and making mistakes rather than being spoon-fed. Okay, do this, do that. We make mistake 10 times, 12 times. We learn eventually. And being an interior design student in third year, we are doing a live project, which really helped us because we know how things work in market rather than knowing how things work in books or a sheet. So I think that helps a lot.
A newfound freedom for all of us. It can come in it can come like in the way we dress, the way we express ourselves on paper, digitally, and like what we wear. So I like the freedom that's come with it, and the way I express myself has been more clearer and more articulate.
I would also like to add that being in this institute, I felt like the faculty is very approachable, and I think that's very important, especially just coming out of school, to feel like you're home. And even with our work, we're also taught to appreciate other people's work, and I think that's a very good practice.
So I actually didn't do my first year here. I'm a transfer student from a different university.
So what made you choose this college? Why IIAD? Why?
I think the number one factor for me choosing IIAD was definitely the fact that it's very hands-on, and that was something that I was particularly looking forward to, because I have a passion in filmmaking, so that's what I want to pursue as my career. CD is it's something that you have to experience by doing work as you would in the industry. So, and IID does enable you to do that, because it also gives you the skills. The teachers are more like mentors to you. They're more like some people who'd be your bosses in the future, because they themselves are in the industry, and they help you they actually tell you exactly what you would need as a skill, and what you're lacking in.
Help us. Please tell us something about the space.
Why not? This is the common workshop area for all the students of IIT.
There was a huge space on third floor. What was that?
So the space that you saw on the third floor, on the top floor, is one of the studios. It's the studio for the foundation year or the first year students. The unique thing about the studios at IID, first of all, we don't have classrooms and we don't have lectures.
Oh, that's why I was wondering, where are the classes?
Yes, so we follow a completely studio-based philosophy, and the studios at IID are flexible spaces, which means you can kind of condense them and make them smaller based on your requirements, or use the entire space depending on the kind of design that you're creating or the work that you're doing.
That's really commendable. Wow.
Yes. In fact, our institute is one of a kind, the campus is one of a kind, and the campus and the infrastructure and the studios are really an extension of our
curriculum and our teaching learning philosophy, which is to provide spaces that replicate the actual workspaces for our aspiring designers.
That's really important.
Yes.
That's really important. Thank you, Bhavna, for such great insights.
You're most welcome, Ankita. I hope you enjoyed your visit to the campus.
Definitely I did.
Great.